Hi, in this video we are going to see solved previous year GATE question paper for the year 2015 for CSE students. Here we have the question number 4. The question is, which one of the following is the recurrence equation for the worst case time complexity of the quicksort algorithm for sorting numbers n equal to 2? In the recurrence equations given below, C is the constant. The options are a. T of n equal to 2 T of n by 2 plus Cn. B. T of n equal to T of n minus 1 plus T of 0 plus Cn. C. T of n equal to 2 T of n minus 2 plus Cn. D. T of n equal to T of n by 2 plus Cn. I say the answer is B. Let's see why the answer is B. In the question you have to note that the given algorithm is quicksort algorithm. You have to find the worst case complexity. And for sorting the numbers n equal to 2, they already given n equal to 2. N is here, size of the array is 2. Now we have to find the worst case time complexity and its recurrence equation for worst case time complexity. When going for recurrence equation, we know that it will be in the form T of n. So we already have the frame of the the equation is T of n. Now we have to see the worst case complexity. Worst case complexity in quicksort, the worst case complexity is having the pivot element as either the smallest element or largest element of the array. So let's take if it is the smallest or largest element, whatever it be, if the pivot element is smallest or largest, then one subarray, while partitioning, the pivot element will be at the center and either left side or right side. In the left side or right side, one subarray is empty if the pivot element is smallest or largest. If it is smallest, then largest, no problem about that. But if it is smallest or largest, then the pivot one subarray, either left side or right side, it should be empty. So we take that empty, for that empty subarray, we take a T of n. Sorry, for that empty subarray, we take T of n. Here n is 0. So in the equation we put T of 0. And the other side will be n minus 1. If one side is empty, then the other side, the other elements will be n minus 1. So we put T of n minus 1. And the constant is Cn. So we can get the equation as T of n equal to T of n minus 1 plus T of 0 plus Cn. So the answer is B. Next we go for the next question. For any two languages, L1 and L2, such that L1 is a context free and L2 is recursively enumerable but not recursive, which of the following is necessarily true? So the given statements are: first one, L1 complement of L1 is recursive, second statement complement of L2 is recursive, third statement complement of L1 is context free, and fourth statement union of complement of L1 and simply L2 is recursively enumerable. The options are first only, third only, C third and fourth only, D first and fourth only. Let's evaluate one by one, and we have to note that this is from our most difficult subject. So we have to clearly watch one by one statement. First statement is L1, complement of L1 is recursive. For a context free language, the recursive language is closed under complement. That is, if it is a recursive language, then its complement is also recursive language. So we already have L1 is context free, so we can take L1 as recursive, complement of L1 as recursive. So statement 1 is true. Next we go for next statement L2. In L2, the complement of L2 is recursive. Now the given in the question it said L2 is a recursive enumerable. If L2 is recursive enumerable, then complement of L2 will not be a recursive. So the statement number 2 is false. We already see first statement is true and now the statement number 2 is false. Next we go for third statement. Complement of L1 is context free. This is false. Why? Because a context free language will not be same if it is complement. So we already have L1 is a context free language. So its complement will not be same. It is not a context free language. So L1 complement is not a context free language. Now we go for the fourth statement. Given fourth statement is union of L1 bar, that is complement of L1, and simply L2 is recursive enumerable. We already have L2 is a recursive enumerable in the given question itself. So no problem with that. And L1 complement is recursive by our first statement. So union of two recursive language. In every recursive language is also a recursive enumerable. We have to note, we already have any recursive language is recursive enumerable. So L1 is a recursive language by first statement, which is true. And so it is also recursive enumerable. So L1 complement is recursive enumerable, and in question L2 is recursive enumerable. The union of two is also a recursive enumerable. So the statement number 4 is true. So as we see, the statement number 1 and 4 is true. So the option number, the correct answer is 1 and 4 only are true. That is L1 complement of L1 is recursive and L1 complement union L2 is recursively enumerable. Both are true. The option is D. If you have any queries, please comment below. Thank you.